Tua Tagovailoa has been a topic, obviously, a very hot button topic. And, one of the things that we've talked about, obviously, you guys know I love Tua. I have all the belief in the world that the kid can play at this level and excel and lead this team easily to a Super Bowl. That's not a problem. My problem is they don't know how to build a football team. They don't know how to win at the line of scrimmage. And if you can't win at the line of scrimmage on the offensive and defensive lines and run the goddamn football, you are not going to win in this league. Okay? That's my bigger problem when it's all said and done. But I do have a problem with Tua. You all know it. I'm the first to tell you the way he carries himself is absolutely wrong. He doesn't know how to protect himself. He refuses to protect himself because he showed us last year he more than knows how to play intelligent football. But he has chosen to be a stupid human being by putting his body at risk. And many times I've told you this is disturbing because this tells me that he doesn't give a shit about his family. He doesn't give a shit about his teammates. He doesn't give a shit about his coach, his front office, the fans. He's not worried about any of that. Well, Galu Tagovailoa, who is a football coach and to his dad, was on ESPN Honolulu. And first of all, they asked him about Tua's progress and how it's going in the offseason, obviously coming off the concussion and everything else. Let's hear from Galu.
Well, thank you for asking. Tua's doing well. He's recovering. And as a father, as a parent, it's tough. I think it's tough for any parent to kind of, go through something like this. But at the same time, the NFL is different. The way they do things, how they run things, it's a whole different beast. It's a whole different animal. But at the same time, this is something that Tua's now married. He has his own family. And these are some of the tough decisions that he's going to have to deal with in life, to decide whether the game is, he's going to continue or the game is something that he loves, And one of the things that I talked to him when he was going through his concussion was, hey, well, what do you think? And it's like, Dad, I love this game, and I'll die on the field for this game. So that answers everything for me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, as a father, you're like, man, you got to take care of your health. That's the most important thing. You have a family. I have 2 beautiful grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that, I got to talk to him about, something to think about.
Disturbing at every level. Disturbing at every level. And again, there's no reason to play like that. That's the worst part about Tua's decisions. They're not intelligent. They're not productive. They're not efficient. They're dumb. You end up injured constantly. You end up missing games and costing your team the season. Like I told you, if you see Tua on the street, say, hey, Tua, thanks for screwing up the season. Make sure you remind him of that. That's how he kind of needs to be treated. He can't be treated, like, the silly ass coach that we have. Oh no, I just told Tua you're the father of this offense. No. And for him to tell his dad that, and this interview was done on the 17th. So we're on the 23rd, right? 6 days ago. This is all right there, and it's about a football tournament that they're having there in Honolulu. I heard the whole interview and all of that, but he's had the conversation. He tells him the kind of passion and I understand, dude. Nobody was a bigger competitor than Marino. Nobody. But Marino knew that he wasn't going to take stupid hits. He knows he has to be there for the next snap and the next series and the next week. And he's not going to win any games with his legs. Montana wasn't going to win any games with his legs. Breeze wasn't going to win any games with his legs. Brady wasn't going to win any games with his legs. Neither is Peyton Manning. And Tua's got to learn that. And it's all right to play that way. Archie Manning played that way. Bob Greasy played that way. They weren't necessary. They lived on their minds and their accuracy. There's nothing wrong with that. You can do that. You can buy time in the pocket by, moving a foot or two, sliding around, a little boot, a little waggle. But when it comes to crossing the line of scrimmage, there is no need for that. And when it comes to the play is over, the play is over. Get rid of it. He doesn't understand any of that. I'm sorry. He understands it because he showed us. He refuses to understand it. So now, here's Galu Tagovailoa, dad for Tua Tagovailoa, and how now watching him play professional football, the dad is in a position where he doesn't really have a lot of control, and it's really frustrating for him to be in this situation.
Oh yeah, it is difficult. It's hard because you don't really have him like how you had it before. You know what I'm saying? Like married, he has his wife and his family, and those decisions are based on both of them, and things that they got to look at. And his wife is such a beautiful lady that she's all about his health. She's all about and she tells him, I want to live long with you. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure we do the right. But Tua grew up in a way that everything is just so competitive. He just don't want to leave the game.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid loves it, and but I believe that the Lord has a plan for him, and wherever the Lord takes him, it's a decision that he's going to have to make with his family.
The competitive stuff just doesn't fly. And like when he's around his son, when he was playing for him or playing in high school there, he had control of the situation. He can coach him. Can't coach him through this. He can't coach him because he's not on the field with Tua on that Sunday. Only Tua can make that decision. And it's interesting because it's actually disturbing, not interesting, because all you have to do is go, let me compare my 24 season to my 23 season. What's the difference? Oh, wait a minute. I decided to get rid of the football. What's the difference between my 23 season and my 22 season? Oh, I decided to get rid of the football. And I don't understand how that is not the logical approach from him. It's beyond my comprehension. I cannot understand it. I cannot comprehend it because I've watched many quarterbacks. I'm old enough. I'm 58 years old, dude. I've watched a lot of quarterbacks that can't run play the game. Matt Stafford, is he much of a runner? He's pretty good, isn't he? Tom Brady's pretty good, right? I mean, there are guys that can stand around and throw the ball. Joe Flacco won a championship. His old ass even just did enough to help a team get to the playoffs last year. So it's not impossible to have smart quarterbacks that work and manipulate the pocket. They manipulate it with their footwork. They manipulate it with their eyes. They manipulate it with their arm. They manipulate it with their mind. They have tools. They don't need to be Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. Those are different cats. Oh, I listen, it's disturbing. Not only do I not trust Mike McDaniel at all already, I have no hope for the 25 season as it is, they're going to have to do a lot of stuff to make me even feel like anything for the 25 season, to be quite honest. But if Tua's going to carry himself like this, like I told you already, I'm the first guy. I love Tua, but there is zero future with that guy. If he wants to play like this, he's dead in the water, bro. Dead in the water. Fish, dead in the water. All right. Tua ain't trying to prove anything to his daddy. He always plays that way. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. He has that whole little Napoleon. He was talking about it off the air. It's all that Napoleon complex that I've been, told I can never do it all my career, and you're this, you're that. And so he's so stubborn that he thinks he can do things. He's my Yorkie. You know, he doesn't realize he's a Yorkie, not a Rottweiler, and the Rottweiler can run and maybe run into people and tackle them. Well, the Yorkie is it's not gonna work out very well if he runs into your leg. You know what I'm saying? Especially my Yorkie when he it sounds like a duck. When he does something that like he gets a little hurt. And it's like, hey, is there a duck here or something? Like, my Yorkie makes this funny noise. It's sad to say, but these concussions will catch up to him later in life. Heartbreaking. I hope not, but they already have, Amanda. Understand this. Because he took all those other concussions, the Damar Hamlin concussion came too easy. And it came too easy. That tells me that he has become way more susceptible to them. So it's a problem. And by the way, shouldn't you know that already? So take care of yourself. No.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.